Good day. My name is Bethany Percy Cooper, and today I'm here with abstract artist Jarette Stubbs. Can you give us a bit of information on you, like typical biographical information?
Okay, so my name is Jarette Stubbs. I go to the University of the Bahamas. I'm an art education major. I'm in my senior year, and I hope to continue my art studies after I will graduate before I go into being a full-time teacher.
So, and you want to be an educator. Why?
Well, to answer that question, to say why I want to be a teacher, is more like touched into why I got interested in art. So in primary school, I had a teacher who did like afternoon classes in art, and she saw that I was drawing the book a lot. She was saying to me that if I doing that, maybe I would actually like to put that to work or doing something with it. So she would tell me come to her classroom Mondays and Wednesdays after school, and then she saw that I got interested in doing it. So I just followed up with doing it in junior school, senior school. When I came out, I decided that I would do something in art related. So that was a career that I would work on, that was something I actually wanted to do.
So do you want to be an educator as well, so that you can bring up the next generation? Just like really pull it out of them, because a lot of persons, I'm sure they have artistic abilities, but they don't really go at it. It's just like, oh, okay, I do this for fun or because I'm bored in class. But to actually know that you have potential in the field is something that needs to be identified and then worked on. So, talking about those drawings that you used to draw in the back of your book, what did you begin in? Like, what was your main focus growing up as a child?
Stuff I probably watch on TV or read in books. So it'd either be like cartoons or comic books, something that I would have read or watched, and just say drawing them in the back of my book. Maybe like, oh, if you drawing them, you should be able to draw this, and just like, okay, let's put it together and see what actually you could do with
So
that.
like the visual
watch.
I have a bit of an artistic flair. My father was an artist, and I have that same
Is he still an
ability.
artist?
Well, he passed away. So, but he was up until the year he died. But I have that flair with me. It's still there, but it's not really active at the moment.
What do you do?
He was mainly a painter. So he had work in, the post office downtown. I don't know, I think it was it a depiction of, was it like 9/11, I believe? It was something with like the skyscrapers and, yeah. I don't know if you saw it, but that was one of the pieces that he did. Of course, he worked along with various art galleries, and I'm not sure of the year. I'm not sure if it's 2006, but BAF calendar, they featured artists. I don't know if you remember.
No, I probably might still have that post.
So he was one of the artists that was featured in the calendar. So one of his latest piece was Bahama Mama, which he did not get to completely finish. But one of the paintings that we have, it was actually featured in the art gallery. I'm not gonna specify because I cannot get the details. But I think it's a conch salad or something. It's just it's a large conch shell, very nice background. It's not what you expect. It's actually two pieces, very large pieces, and you have to bring it together to actually know, like, okay, this is a conch shell, and the very abstract background. So tell me, do you have any artists that you used to say, wow, anyone who was an inspiration?
Locally or internationally?
I would say both.
I wouldn't say I had any particular one person I tried to emulate, but if I saw something I liked, I would try to look it up, see who did it, and then try to find out about the person, and then find out about the work. And try to figure out why I'm interested in it and see if I actually want to try to do something in relation to it or as a response to that work. So that's probably how I would manage with that. So locally, I think the one artist I look at the most would be like John Cox.
Oh.
He does a lot of stuff like with some text paintings that I did, a lot of references I got after so much people saw them. It's like, oh, this is like one of the pieces he did. Internationally, not one particular person, but with sculpting would be person Rodin. He's a sculptor who did the Thinker. I don't know if you know about that one. What's the next?
It feels so familiar, the name.
Yeah, so the work I did in ceramics, someone also compared to that, so I also started to look at his work and see if I could see exactly what the relation is.
So you're talking about text paintings and ceramics. What all do you do?
Well, I've done painting, illustration. I worked on murals, which are big wall paintings.
Okay.
Like I said, ceramics. Done not both. Yeah, kind of like wood carving, but not exactly.
Okay.
I also did. You said illustration.
Yes.
Okay, so that's probably everything I've done.
So what is illustration?
The best way that I know how to explain it was, you see, like how in certain books, like children's books, you have the author and the illustrator. The author is the person who would tell the story in words, and the illustrator would do it through pictures and images, like that. So an illustrator would be someone who will either works with books, yeah, with images, or you could have someone who does something like an advertisement or close to the graphic design.
Oh, okay. Wow. So you are quite versatile, aren't you? So please tell us, where have you had your work presented to the public before?
Most of the things that I would have done would have been presented at the university gallery, the pro gallery at the S-Walk upstairs. I've had some in Portia Smith, in the cooking area on campus as well.
Okay.
I think I still have one hanging in there.
Okay.
And Franklin Wilton, when they had the show for Color Harmony earlier this year, I had stuff in there. Most of the recent ceramic work I have in there, and some things that I have inside this portfolio. Other than that, the other major gallery that I would have had something, it would have been at the National Art Gallery.
And what have you had presented there?
Mostly paintings at the National Art Gallery, but here on campus, it would have been everything.
So are there any other art galleries or exhibitions that you would like to participate in? Or you plan on participating?
I plan to participate, so I could get my work out there and be seen more and get like my name out there. So when people hear my name, oh, that's the one who's doing this, who's working on that. I feel like it's starting to get out there because some people know when they hear my name, or they recognize this or they recognize that. But because I do so much different things, connection is in there to be like, oh, he does this around.
Because everything is so different. So name one or two that you say, oh, I definitely need my artwork to be presented there.
Next place was Central Bank.
Okay.
So I wanted to work there at the Central Bank, and I got that this year. Yeah. For a show that I was a part of for the Brighton story. They also presented here at the library on campus, and it just came down, I think, earlier this month, or late in September. So I got that one I wanted to do. I already did something at the National Art Gallery, so I think the next thing I would want to have something presented in would be at the Current.
The Current. Where is the Current located?
Bahama.
That's so big.
Yeah. It used to be outside, but it's more like inside and downstairs kind of thing.
So, talking about his work, let's go and look at his art portfolio. We're not going to go into much details, but we're going to be introduced to a few of his pieces and maybe the inspiration for one or two of the artwork. So here we have.
This is just basically the cover that I have for the portfolio, but it's still a piece that I did with image transfers. And what I did first, this is on wood background, and then I used the method of mark making with the paint, and then I applied the image above it. And then this would be what I had in the program gallery in the S block, along with being in Franklin Wilson earlier this year, along with these others. So this is basically a mixed media painting where I incorporated acrylic paint, Kool-Aid, alcohol, acetone, salt, sugar. It's just basically like how you see like these spots here. They have little small crystals in them, and they're colored and been dyed by the Kool-Aid. And like how you see the colors spread out, that's how the paint reacted to the alcohol and the acetone being poured on
right
them.
here.
Yeah. So same method, and also using tape like to cause these dramatic lines going throughout the piece. And then I just repeated that by just changing the color palette every time I did it. So I would see what effect would happen with that. And with this next piece here is an illustration I did based on my response to this poem that I had to do for a class.
Okay.
So we went online and we tried to find something that we could respond to, and then create something as our way of saying, okay, this is what the poem is saying. This is how I see it being illustrated to the understanding of the viewer.
And this is done for your art class.
Yeah. Same thing with this one, but it was done more
This is
of
so
a.
cute.
If we were doing like a publishing book for children, I decided to do the tortoise and the hare, and do an illustration based off of that and the style we were using in that class.
So cute.
So I stuck with black and white, so that way it could be used as a storybook, but also as a coloring book if children want to. Apply the work.
Very smart.
Then we got to do like these self-portraits, so we could then define our style. So what I did was I did a self-portrait of myself, and then I used it to create a pattern. And then with that same pattern, I created this book covering, where we had to make our own books and make the covering for our books. So what I did is just use the design and I applied it to our object. This is an experiment of different mark making that I wanted to do for class. So I incorporated stencils and mark making so I could create these abstract paintings. So I did a series of these where I would then do the mark making on the background and then apply the stencils up on top of them so I could see how they worked with it. So like with this one here, it looks like a group of people walking and a mass shooter is going to take aiming for one, but it might end up being everybody. So I was going more like for mistaken identity or something in relation to that.
Which one is the mark making? Like which one is the fundamental?
So like how you see the blue was applied and looked like it was scraped. So I would have applied the blue first. I would use something like a palette knife and then just scrape it on the surface.
Okay.
And then do the same thing with the yellow. Apply the paint and then like I would scrape it within like a circle motion to get like these movements. You see how going on here?
I like this one.
This one? And then this one, I didn't notice until after I did it. It almost looked like it was a language happening in the back here. Like it was either written in Chinese or Japanese. But after seeing that, I really appreciated that, how to just allow itself to happen. This one here would be like the text paintings I mentioned earlier. My mixed media class that I was doing last year, it was a response to doing things with writing lines. So, you know, like how you was in school, as part of the punishment, they used to make you write lines. So, my lecturer was telling me, well, if I took the punishment and make it an actual assignment, so I cut out stencils of the words, I would never be late to class again, and then I just repeated it on the canvas like that.
I remember those lines. We used to write like 100 lines. It's just like, you don't even care if I do this. Like, can I stop writing? Oh.
then I repeated it again with several paintings after. This was the next one I did right after that one. I will learn to follow instructions. And
So were
then
these
repeat
your
it.
personal punishments that you had to do?
That's the thing, I don't remember if I had to do the exact words of what I did. I just remembered what teachers would say. Like, oh, what is the reason why you write the lines? Because you probably didn't do your homework, you probably wasn't listening. So I just decided to like write down what I remember teachers used to say. Or I even asked a few teachers if you told students to write lines or if you used to make them write lines, what would you tell them?
Follow instructions. Wow.
This is a piece I did for a Would You show that happened, I think, 2 years ago at the gallery at school, where I was a part of a group show with me, 2 other students, a lecturer, and one of the workers from physical plant.
Okay.
We did a lot of furniture and sculpture pieces. This was a piece I did called Native Styles, where I got scrap what I found on campus, cut it, and then I tried to assemble it in a certain way where this is a flamingo head and a woman head where it looks like it's a hairstyle.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, an abstract flower.
It's a flower. What is this?
I found like these scrap pieces of wood that they use for framing inside physical plant. And when I put it together, it just created like this fine.
It looks really fun, and then it also looks like half of a spider, like it's a tarantula or something.
And then this would be the recent thing I did this year. My ceramic pieces when I wanted to do some research on masks.
Mm-hmm.
That was done like in Black culture before time. So I wanted to.
Looks like an antique.
Yeah. So I wanted to touch on doing masks with show relevance to Black culture.
Mm-hmm.
And then I did sculpting with the human figure, where I did sculptures on the male body and the female body, and then using textured bases for them to respond to where it would look like he is like in the water emerging out of the waves.
Oh.
This would be apart from doing the body figures, I also want to do the head sculpts as well.
Okay.
So I did these busts where I did a man that looked how they would have looked for within the Lucayans Arawak time. And then I wanted to do something more recent with a woman, the hair being braided and in a bun. So I want to try experiment with textures and everything to see how it would come out.
Details.
Oh, that's the last one in this.
Okay. So, one of my pressing questions what is your plan in regards to the Behaving Society? Do you plan on becoming like highly interactive and
With my work?
and you as a person as well?
With work, I did like, I did a piece once for a show we did, I think that was during the Hurricane Matthew time, and we had to do work in response to how you think the hurricane
Was that in the Esplanade?
Yeah.
I was one of the persons who had to throw it, like our lecturer
With the group, with Keisha Oliver, right?
thing. Yeah.
So I did something with like a reference to sound. I think I still have that on my but I don't know if you to listen to. But it was.
You had to
full of
walk
sounds.
into it?
Yeah, you had to walk into
Yes,
it.
I remember
It was
this.
a box where you walk into. It was like built like a house,
Mhm.
and it had different sounds and smells. So everything was messed with your senses and everything. Like, so you would hear.
Name it. You named it the song.
I can't remember if I gave it a name because I still can't remember specifically. So it had something in relation to all of that.
What level do you want to teach? Primary, junior, senior, college? What is your focus?
Leaning more towards secondary, so senior school, but trying to get put in a junior school. I want to work more in senior school so that way I could work with students who have the interest in working with art, so I can give them more of the push so they can go towards either getting a career in that field, or they can figure out how to get in a field where they can still be able to apply their artistic skills.
Nice. Tell me, what do you feel like you're best at, or you think you want to mainly branch off into or focus on in regards to abstract work?
isn't like still completely fleshed out on what I want to do with that. But I still feel like after I would finish with the art education degree, I could probably go off and do something either in animation or illustration, and probably even sculpting, that I could then learn at a certain level, like an upper level, and then move on to see if I could then teach what I would have learned to then apply it to different methods like in teaching. So like there are certain things they don't teach in the schools here, like animation or illustration. You'll probably go and start actually teaching it, bring it off a little bit more like that. Or even if that isn't working, I'll probably do something like an afternoon thing or a Saturday type program where I could work with students who are interested in doing it.
Yeah, do your afternoon classes, bring in some funds as well as nurture. You nurture them and you develop their skills. And finally, the last thing I want to ask you, what do you have planned? What is your future goals? But what is your main goal for the future? The main one.
Learn more and be exposed to more. So just keep going.
Growing. Because art is always changing, just like fashion and beauty, which are forms of art, you guys. They are. My mother just told me like the other day, I think it was probably like last week, that she realized that my artistic flair came out in beauty stuff. So like makeup and hair and nails, like that's my expression of art, mainly. So I might not do my drawings and my painting, but I create wonderful creations.
Maybe you should try using those same things on paper and see what happens.
I mean, if I could bring one or two of my work report, you'd be like, she's good. But I haven't done it in such a while. That's my thing. I have a blank canvas in my room just waiting to be used.
I mean, you don't have to be physically working, but if you like expose yourself and you see a lot of stuff, it's almost like you learn how to figure it out in your mind. So when you do touch like canvas or paper, your work may not be exactly the same as when you did something the last time. It would improve, even though you didn't physically do anything.
I should look into it. Definitely when I have time though. As soon as I finish with this first degree. All right, thank you so much, Jarette. And we really appreciate your time today. And we are looking forward to hearing and seeing more of your work in the future. I want to see it on every little billboard, and you know, when it's Christmas time and jumping time, they do the little, you know, posters on the side of the road. I want it to be you. All right, that's it for today.